Hi Mariners, this is Mohandas, a radio officer, a Gmdss faculty for long time with the talk of the industry, modernization of Gmdss. Two United Nations chartered organizations, the International Maritime Organization IMO and the International Telecommunications Union ITU, are responsible for defining and regulating maritime telecommunications systems. The most current system adopted by these two organizations is the Global Maritime Distress and Safety System, Gmdss. Amendments to requirements of the Gmdss. Noting the current developments in technologies and satellite service providers, a comprehensive review of the requirements were completed. Revisions to SOLAS Chapter 2-1, Chapter 3, Chapter 4 and Chapter 5, certificate formats and records of equipment were adopted. The passenger ship safety certificate, the cargo ship safety equipment certificate, the cargo ship safety radio certificate, the nuclear passenger ship safety certificate and the nuclear cargo ship safety certificate, including the associated records of equipments for passenger ship safety Form P, cargo ship safety Form E, cargo ship safety radio Form R, cargo ship safety Form C. In the revised format will be issued to the vessel at the time of renewal of the certificate on or after 1st January 2024. Amendments to SOLAS Chapter 4, Radio Communications. The IMO wide resolution MSC 496 (105) adopted amendments to SOLAS Chapter 4 on radio communications, which will come into force from 1st January 2024. The amendments aim to allow the use of modern communication systems in the Gmdss. Following are the highlights regarding the amendments to SOLAS Chapter 4. One, references to Inmarsat have been replaced throughout with the term Recognized Mobile Satellite Service, RMSS. 2. In addition to maritime mobile satellite services provided by Inmarsat, an UK company, the IMO has recognized the maritime mobile satellite services provided by Iridium Satellite, an USA company. Note: Iridium satellite system is acceptable as part of Gmdss, subject to concerned flag state recognizing Iridium satellite system as a mobile satellite service for use in the Gmdss. So here I should mention Government of India, DG Shipping, has recognized Iridium satellite system on board merchant ships and their operation should be limited to distress, urgency and safety communications only. In addition, they put restrictions on any Iridium satellite mobile radios should not be taken into Indian land territory. So these are the conditions by Government of India for the usage of Iridium satellite system. As of now, not many countries has recognized yet Iridium satellite, the US company. Everyone, even now, installing Inmarsat C. Inmarsat C, the only equipment available for Gmdss apart from this Iridium satellite, but many countries have not approved Iridium satellites yet. Three, definition of sea area A3 has changed. Sea area A3 now means an area excluding sea areas A1 and A2 within the coverage of a recognized mobile satellite service RMSS supported by the ship at station SES carried on board, in which continuous alerting is available. As of now, IMO is approved for Gmdss only Inmarsat and Iridium satellite services. Only two services are approved by the IMO for Gmdss. Four, the coverage of sea area A3 became variable by the type of RMSS SES installed on board, that is either Inmarsat or Iridium. An RMSS SES with lesser coverage area installed on board will determine the coverage of sea area A3 as the primary system for a ship. Five, for a ship certified to operate in sea area A3, the cargo ship safety radio certificate is to indicate the recognized mobile satellite service in brackets, either Inmarsat or Iridium. In the safety radio certificate, it should be indicated. Number 6, transmitting and receiving distress and safety communications using narrowband direct printing NBDP do not form part of the Gmdss requirement and hence need not be fitted on board. We all know NBDP means radio telex, that is removed from service now. No more radio telex from 2024. 7, the requirement of SART, AIS SART and two-way VHF radio telephone apparatus is now forming part of SOLAS Chapter 4, Regulation 7.2 and 7.3. These two equipments previously were under SOLAS Chapter 3. Life-saving appliances and arrangements. From there, it come to now Chapter 4. So, SART means is radar SART operating on 9 GHz. AIS SART is operating on AIS frequencies. 8. For sea area A1, VHF EPIRB can no longer be accepted in lieu of satellite EPIRB. That means, with this modernization, we have only 406 megahertz COSPOS are set EPIRB. There is no VHF EPIRB, there is no L band EPIRB also. L band EPIRB is Inmarsat E operating on L band 1.6 gigahertz, both have been removed. So as of now we have only 406 megahertz COSPOS are set EPIRB. Number 9. The 406 megahertz EPIRB should be provided with a 121.5 megahertz beacon primarily for homing by aircraft. So these two frequencies you will find already on board the EPIRB what you are carrying. 406 megahertz and 121.5 megahertz both are there. 121.5 is an aviation emergency frequency, and that frequency will be used by the SAR aircraft for homing. The 406 megahertz EPIRB should be provided with a GNSS receiver, that means GPS, for position fixes and an associated indication that GNSS signal reception is satisfactory or unsatisfactory. So from 2024, if you are installing new EPIRB on board a ship, we will have GPS attached. And 11. When the EPIRB is activated, the GNSS position fix shall be updated at intervals of no more than 5 minutes. The EPIRB be provided with an automatic identification system, AIS, locating signal in accordance with the recommendation ITU or M1371. That means the 406 EPIRB should be having GPS also, AIS also. Consequential amendments to the 1994 and 2000 high-speed craft HSE codes and to the non-mandatory special purpose ships SPS code and mobile offshore drilling units MODU code were adopted accordingly. The amendments will enter into force on 1st January 2024. So this is the comprehensive details of addition of services into the Gmdss, Iridium satellite, MF and MFHF installation using DAC-RT, reception of MSI and SAR operation, reception of MSI and SAR operation by MF, NAVTEX and HF NBTP, AIS SART and radar SART, EPIRB AIS, maintenance and annual testing of EPIRB, survival craft portable two-way VHF, on-scene communication portable aero VHF. This is applicable to the passenger ship. They are walkie-talkies with 121.5 megahertz and 123.1 megahertz. False distress alert. So these are all the resolutions, new ones, additions. The deletions, if we see, Inmarsat A, Inmarsat B, Fleet 77, MFHF NBDP, VHF EPIRB, L-band EPIRB. These are all removed from service. So what is left with the Inmarsats for Gmdss is only Inmarsat C. And the only EPIRB left is 406 MHz, 121.5 MHz EPIRB. And they should have GPS and AIS attached. Annex 3, resolution MSC 496 in brackets 105, adopted on 28 April 2022. Amendments to SOLAS 1974. In that regulation 2, terms and definitions, some of them are interesting, so you must know them or recall them. AIS sort means an automatic identification system, search and rescue transmitter. So this T stands for transmitter. Unlike in the radar sort, that T stands for transponder. AISRT means transmitter. Capable of operating on frequency dedicated for AIS 161.975 MHz AIS1 and 162.025 MHz AIS2. So this AISRT is operating on AIS channels. It is a transmitter. If it will directly go to the AIS equipment. Since AIS equipment is overlaid on radar and EGDIS, you will find these AISRT on the radar and EGDIS. You will readily get the range and bearing. Whereas the radar sort is operating at 9 GHz, that goes to X-band radar only. Bridge-to-bridge communication means safety radio communications between ships from the position from which the ships are normally navigated. Continuous radio watch means that the radio and listening watch concern shall not be interrupted other than for brief intervals when the ship's receiving capability is impaired or blocked by its own communications, or when the facilities are under periodical maintenance or checks. Digital selective calling DSC means a technique using digital codes which enables a radio station to establish contact with and transfer information to another station or group of stations and complying with the relevant recommendations of the International Telecommunication Union Radio Communication Sector ITUR. Emergency position indicating radio beacon EPIRB means a transmitter operating in the frequency band 406 to 406.1 MHz, capable of transmitting a distress alert via satellite to a rescue coordination center and transmitting signals for on-scene locating. General radio communication means communications other than distress agency and safety communications. Gmdss identities means information which may be transmitted to uniquely identify the ship or its associated rescue boats and survival crafts. These identities are the ship's call sign, MMSI, EPIRB hexadecimal identity, that is 16 character code, recognized mobile satellite service identity, for example Inmarsat CID, and equipment serial numbers. Locating means the finding of ships, aircrafts, survival crafts, or persons in distress. Maritime safety information, MSI, means navigational and meteorological warnings, meteorological forecast, and other urgent safety related messages broadcast to ships. Radar sort means a search and rescue radar transponder operating on radar frequencies in the frequency band 9.2 to 9.5 gigahertz. Radio regulation means the radio regulation complementing the Constitution and Convention of the International Telecommunication Union, which is in force at any given time. Recognized mobile satellite service means any service which operates through a satellite system and is recognized by the organization for use in Gmdss. By the organization means IMO. As of now, we have only two recognized satellite systems. One is Inmarsat and another one is Iridium. Satellite service on 406 MHz means a service operating through a satellite system having global availability designed to detect EPIRBs transmitting in the frequency band 406 to 406.1 MHz. Sea area A1 means an area within the radio telephone coverage of at least one very high frequency VHF coast station in which continuous DSC alerting is available as may be defined by a contracting government. Sea area A2 means an area excluding sea area A1 within the radio telephone coverage of at least one MF coast station in which continuous DSC alerting is available as may be defined by a contracting government. Sea area A3 means an area excluding sea area A1 and A2 within the coverage of a recognized mobile satellite service supported by the ship earth station carried on board in which continuous alerting is available. Sea area A4 means an area outside of sea area A1, A2 and A3. Regulation 4, functional requirement. This is also just for a reminder. Every ship while at sea shall be capable of performing the Gmdss functions, which are as follows. 1. there are 10 functions. Number 1, transmitting ship to shore distress alerts by at least 2 separate and independent means, each using a different radio communication service. Function number 2, receiving shore to ship distress alert relays. Function number 3, transmitting and receiving ship to ship distress alerts. Function number 4, transmitting and receiving search and rescue coordinating communications. Function number 5, transmitting and receiving on-scene communications. Function number 6, transmitting and receiving signals for locating. Function number 7, receiving MSI, maritime safety information. Function number 8, transmitting and receiving urgency and safety communications. Function number 9, transmitting and receiving bridge to bridge communications. Function number 10, transmitting and receiving general radio communications. It should be noted that ships performing Gmdss functions should use guidelines for the avoidance of false distress alerts. It is given in resolution MSC 514 in brackets 105. Support me for my efforts, time spent and maintaining the infrastructure. You may donate using this QR code. Thank you. International viewers can use super thanks for donation. This is a book which I published for nautical students and nautical officers. The title of the book is BSc Nautical Science Students Handbook, Gmdss. The price is 100 rupees. It is available as an e-book in Amazon Kindle store. You may find the Iridium satellite details also in this book. In this video, all the Gmdss equipment practical examination explained in 19 videos with my voiceover, like Inmarsat C, VHF, MFHF, NFTEX, etc., etc. So those who are appearing for Gmdss examination can go through them and make use of them. Please click the like button, bell button and subscribe. Please give your comments in YouTube, WhatsApp. This is my WhatsApp number. About the modernization, these are the main points, but as a sailing navigating officers, you should know about VHF channels changes also. It is not concerned with Gmdss, however, there are quite a few interesting changes have taken place when you are communicating with PSC or VTS stations. There are few channels changed, so that I put up in a separate video. You can watch them. Okay, thank you and bye until that video, VHF video.